Hey, what up, guys? This video go back here with another video. I just gonna do my manga pick and comic picks this week. So if I do the same routine, let me get into it. The first one I got off of my comics this week is Jim and the Holograms issue 22. Continues the story. As you can see, this is probably I forget her name. She's from the Stingers. Fuck, Spinks, I think her name's is. Yeah, Spinks. Continues the story of Johnny Riot, or just Riot in general, with Spinks, and like the Stingers and Jams as the story progresses, and see always gonna continue. So not a big fan of the artwork. I know I gotta say that every time, but you know it's a cool read, especially if you're big into Jim and Holograms. Then we got Harley Quinn issue 11. I have not read these yet. Looks like the Joker finally makes an appearance, as you can see, or a get appearance again. And then, you know, whenever Joker and Harley together, usually good for a good treat. So see how that goes. And then I wasn't really gonna pick these up. They weren't planned. I was gonna pick up some other stuff, but I was at my comic shop and they had some stuff for clearance. So I kind of went buck wild because they were like only $1 or $2. So I guess we'll start at the first one, which is I haven't heard of. I think I've only heard of a little bit. It was only $2, but it was Marvel's kind of when they. It's really a one shot when they did. The people that did like the Transformers comics made a Marvel Transformers thing. It definitely looks interesting to check out. I never did a couple others, which wasn't as popular, but aesthetically it looks cool and everything. More so to me than the Attack on Titans crossover with Marvel. But I was like, I don't know, they had that crossover with actually had Optimus Prime, and they met Transformers. This is just Avengers or Transformers, as you can see, Spider-Man, Wolverine, Captain America. Who else is there? Ghost Rider, and the Hulk as Transformers. Just big mechas. Let's make it more. So definitely kind of cool. I was always, wanting to see the DC crossover with Transformers because of failure, or it didn't do really well to crossover with Transformers and the Marvel universe. They never did the push through with the DC one. But the DC one looked a little better. They just, for obvious reasons, didn't want to go through because they didn't do so well with Marvel. That's just a little history lesson right there. Then we got also for $2. I always chop up her name, but this is from Image, not from Marvel. As you can see, it's the back. Even as a creator, his new game, and he worked on these issues, and that is Angela. Now there is one in the Marvel Thor universe, and she looks like the exact fucking same. And I don't know what the thing about that is, but the one I read, she's originally written from Spawn, and she's an angel from heaven. She's teamed up with Spawn, and she's pretty hot. She's a fire redhead. She was in my top 10 as sexiest comic book girls, but definitely check out. I guess she's, so I look forward to reading all these. I got them in clearance. On my third clearance one, I got I think it was before. It's a little beat up. A little $3 really, average retail price. When really they sell for $20, but that is Magneto's Rogue Nation. And it's just like these all like various from the 90s. When 90s Magneto had a run, and it was all about Magneto's run in the 90s, and all sorts of like his kind of the relationship with his children, Emily and Petro, and Scarlet Witch, Wanda, and then Rogue kind of goes an internship on him. It's an interesting story for Magneto. Anyone for Magneto fans, check it out. That is was it Rogue Nation, and the fact that Rogue was in it, so it's kind of playing words. And speaking of Rogue, before I get to my final two, I recently just saw Rogue One finally. Compared to Force Awakens Episode 7, I know a lot of people, say it's better, or like there's been a lot of mix and mix. It's still pretty good, for your Star Wars fan. If you're really huge in Star Wars, you're gonna love anything Star Wars. Anything Star Wars, but I like Star Wars, but I found that I'm not as big as a fan as some people. So I like number 7 better because it's more traditional Star Wars. Obviously, that's why I guess J.J. Abrams did that. And Rogue One's more of a war story, kind of like a traditional heist, kind of, you know, Magnificent Seven thing, as people have expressed. And it's just, I do like the female character, the pilot, Ford Whitaker characters. I wish we could kind of saw more. They would have done more with that. Even the robot's probably the coolest character in the film, but it was just alright. It wasn't like nothing too great. The second Darth Vader scene is really like wow, horror, like terrifying. Like that's a really cool scene. Really pistol horror into Vader. If you weren't really there, but the first one, it really makes you, you know, criticize his the stats. But it wasn't bad, you know. It was just kind of like, you know, eventually like, oh, this happened on the way to, you know, the first Star Wars. And there's some other, you know, I don't want to spoil anything, but it's a decent movie. It's not like, you know, I guess I'm not too into Star Wars, so I was like, I guess I'm more martial arts superhero guy, but it still wasn't a bad movie. Definitely check it out if you're a Star Wars fan. That's just my other thing. Back to my comic books. So then we got I've read this a while back. No, can I get sure I read? And it was only $3 of clearance, but it was the 2000 run. Not the Adam Warner Live Wire run. Although that is a good run too. I like that. But of Iron Man, the 2000 run of Iron Man, you know, people find out that, oh, he is Iron Man. I decided not to be it some more. And it's just like a kind of cool story. I was like, this is clear, so I was like, what the hell? You know, there's a lot of Iron Man reads. You can never stop. There's more so, I forget her name, but that the Japanese woman that has connections to the Mandarin, and that he dated for the longest time and was gonna marry, which they addressed that in the first ads and some other stuff. It's really, I find that was one of his big love interests. But it's everything like that, just a throwback to Iron Man. You know, there's tons of good, cool stuff you could do Iron Man, and they just I want to pick up because it's fun. But definitely throwback, check it out. You know, there's a lot of good Iron Man reads. There's probably some bad ones, but I couldn't tell you them. But I like any Iron Man for any age is pretty good. Even like the War Machine run when his buddy Rhodey takes over, that's still a cool read. So Iron Man in general is usually pretty well structured. Maybe because it's a more scientific mecha animes, so it has to be. But there's probably someone out there that could find me a bad Iron Man run if I put the channel out there. But most of the Iron Man stories I read, they're pretty solid. Like I've read a couple of bad Spider-Man stories, but Hulk, Wolverine, Cap stories. But Iron Man, for the Marvel Universe, obviously. I read a couple of bad Batman stories, a couple of bad Wonder Woman, Superman stories, and X-Men, obviously. There's good ones like that, but Iron Man, like in all the comic generations, usually is on par. And there probably is one that's not, but, you know. So, ranting, I want to get real quick to my last. I only had one manga pick. I was going to pick up more, but because clearance sale, I just didn't. But my one manga pick this week is Monster Museum Everyday Monster Girls. And it's just, it continues, you know, like, obviously, it has like the one shots and everything with it. And it just continues as like all different artists that do different variations of it. I don't want to say too much about it, but it's definitely just fan of like, or just like a fan of Doshin artists or artists in general. Definitely always cool to pick up. 2, 3. Like always, they give you these paper prints, and I found this one really hot. They got that one. Misa with Mira. And then you got Sue and Poppy as always. But you know, he going 10-minute mark. This video is kind of long because I talk about a lot of stuff. I'm trying to get my videos out there. You know, and so this is the next guy. You guys take care. This video go signing off. Another one on the piece. You guys take care.